Estás escuchando La Voz Hispana de Connecticut.
Y de nuevo estamos aquí con el show K-PASA de La Voz Hispana, CT, New Haven, Connecticut, aquí por el radio. Alberado King aquí me está velando porque está ansioso. Dice que tenemos una entrevista hoy de un comediante desde Nueva York. Welcome everybody. You're listening to New Haven Independent, La Voz Radio here in New Haven, Connecticut, 103.5. We have a very, very special guest today. We got our editor-in-chief. He's a little nervous back here, Mr. Alberado King, because I told him that the next guest is funny, so the pressure's on now. I would like to welcome to the stage right now Mr. Kareem Green, all the way from Brooklyn. Thank you, Kareem.
Hello?
Okay, you got it? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you.
All right, cool. But take me off the loop, man. I told you, I don't need to see me. I can see me already.
Yeah, you got to check.
You keep showing me. I got my camera showing me already.
No, but the director likes to see you. We put you on camera when you talk. That's how this works. You get the full back. This is a TV experience for you.
Oh,
we're doing radio. We're doing radio and live streaming right now. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. On Twitter. We're doing it all.
Oh, okay. So it's a live TV. It's like a TV experience, but only on the internet. Okay.
Only on the internet and the radio. Radio right now. We're live in New Haven. We're live in New Haven, Connecticut. I got Kareem Green all the way from. So Kareem, we were talking about audiences. Mm-hmm. I would like to continue the conversation right now. We said there's a difference between audiences when we're doing comedy and whatnot. You've been doing comedy. How long have you? Like 20 plus now?
Yes. 20? Matter of fact, this will be my 25th year.
25th year.
25th year. I normally don't even tell people my comedy age.
I know, because black don't crack, man. You look 25. How you going to be 25?
Thank you. My insides is 800.
So we talking about audiences. You've seen them all. And I told you that. Well, my experience with African American audiences, especially the more educated ones, has been a trial for me. I personally feel like it has made me a better comedian. But you were touching on something off camera here. What are some of the drawbacks, or positive and negatives, about these different crowds?
You said African Americans, especially the educated ones?
Yes, like HBCU. We're talking about people with money that are educated. Those are the crowd I like. I feel like those are the ones that force me to work the hardest.
Okay. See, now there's different. Honestly, yeah, there's the educated crowds, mm-hmm. And I think and depending on what kind of comedy you do too, right? But I feel like the educated crowds, they're better for me, because if I want to talk about an abundance of things or different things, they're more likely to be familiar with it. Mm-hmm. The other, I ain't gonna say uneducated, but people who stay in a bubble.
The hood crowd. The hood crowd, man. The hood crowd.
You know what? There's hood, there's white hood and black hood. So it ain't like just hood is black. It's just, honestly, I don't even think it's all just about hood all the time. It's always about, as you said, education, intellectual level. So mm-hmm. if you only read, let's just say, cooking magazine, you don't look at other shit. Mm-hmm. By the time somebody talks about other stuff, you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? And
we're live on radio. There's a $1,000 fine.
Oh, you should have told me that. You're supposed to tell me the rule. Okay, my bad.
But there is so you saying that education level is probably the biggest distinction within your crowds.
Within them enjoying what you do.
Yeah, I could totally agree, because I can't go into a room and start making jokes about stocks and bonds and how I'm making so much money where other people are jumping off of buildings. People don't get that. But people don't get that. Yeah, because that's something I do. I'm into that world. Uh-huh. But you're right. It's not a joke that's going to translate well in an average crowd with an average folk. It might fly in a financial room, but it won't fly in a regular room.
That could fly if you word it right or whatever. But I mean, the point I'm talking, what I'm trying to say, like, sometimes you could say something that's going on in the world, and some people are not even, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know. They're like, huh? And you're like, it's in the news. It's like, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's what I mean. Like, so if you're not like paying attention to the world and it ain't gotta be no deep stuff. It's just, just the basic stuff. If it ain't a tragedy, some people just don't know the other stuff that's going on other than what's in their neighborhood. Or other than what's in their race or their culture.
I totally agree because I try to do a joke about the party down in, I think it was in the Baltimore area, where they had the corpse inside the club. There was a corpse in the club while they were throwing the party. His wake was at the club.
Was it a party or was it a funeral?
It was a wake at the club.
Yeah, I think they had the guy standing up in the club.
Yeah. They got the guy, rigor mortis and everything, standing in the club, Hennessy pouring around him. So, but not everybody saw that. I found it hilarious.
That's amazing. It was girls trying to talk to. He'd be like, he conceited.
I know, right? Where are he making eye contact?
They had a straight weekends at Bernie's in the club with this dude.
But not everybody.
It was like that's what they wanted. But I'm like, how do you miss that? How do you miss something that But then again, that's the thing.
I agree. That how do you miss that? I mean, the other thing that was contemporary that I try to that people were like it whiffed everyone was these kids in Atlanta doing drive-bys on their electric scooters. So I'm like, you guys don't know? Ever heard about this? And I was like, to me, it was like, wow. It was common sense to me or common news, but it's not to the average person who's not out there looking for this info.
Oh yeah, well I didn't know about the drive-bys on electric scooters, and I don't. I'm like, does it matter what they're driving to shoot you with?
That's
you
true.
worried about what they're in? You're like, he shot me on a scooter. He could at least drove and shot me. Like, you know what I'm saying? A motorcycle or something with an engine. Like, but at the same time, that's a unique little thing that's funny and interesting. But I just feel like it's just not knowing a lot of stuff. The more you know, the funnier things can be. How about that?
No, true. The more universal.
I noticed you took all of our oldest stuff. I got good stuff, new stuff. You got to get a new research person, man. You really do. That's called lazy research.
Come on, man. We've only been working on this for the past 10 minutes, so don't judge us. Now, 25 years in the game, 25 years doing comedy. That's a long time. Do you even remember when you first started? I mean, I don't
even remember what year I started. I'm not good with, like, sometimes, how you have a conversation with people and they're like, yeah, that was 2014 when I hardly even remember. I think it was maybe 98, 90. I think 98. Man. I started around 90. I think, around 98. I remember, around 98 or something.
Around 98. Do you remember it? Was it like an open mic? Was it someone saying?
Oh, I remember that part, yeah. No, it was excuse me. It was like a bringer show. That means when you got to bring.
Yeah, they still doing it.
Perform.
Yeah.
Right? So I came, and I was the only one who brought people. And the other comics hardly didn't kind of show up, the other ones who were supposed to bring people. But the other regular comics showed up, so I ended up performing with them, with my people that I brung. And I did all right. I did good for the first. It was a good feeling. It was like God saying, yeah, you can do this, right? Because at first the lady who was, excuse me, she was heckling me. Well, I think she was a little drunk, but she was, by the end, and I only did like 5 to 7 minutes. By the end, she was loving me. So, and it was a great feeling. But then I bombed for years after that, So it was like God saying, yeah, you can do this. Now earn it.
There is that false sense of confidence when, especially with those early shows, especially the bringers, because the audience is there to see you. You brought the 10 heads that are there to laugh at you. And then you go out into the real world and try to convince other people that you're funny or finding your way through funny. Now, you say you bombed for a long time and you kept at it. What kept you going?
But that's the thing about the bubble, staying in your bubble. Right.
Go ahead. No, say. No, what the bubble?
When you said stay, you go out to a real audience. It's just like it's different size, different types of bubbles. Sometimes it's your family and friends at the show, so they're rooting for you, whatever. But then when you you're just staying in either in your city, or you're just staying within your race, or within your coast. So it's the bubble, you know. But once you get out amongst the other people, then you know how broad your comedy really is.
And how was that venture? You know, because I struggled a lot, especially in comedy. After bombing several times in New York City, I kind of like, you know, it wore me down. How was that experience for you, and how did you persevere to become the person you are now?
One thing, one thing about it was, even though I was bombing, I knew I was funny. It's like I believe it's like self-belief, right? I knew I was funny, but I knew I didn't know how to do it on that platform yet, right? So if you're funny with people, naturally, like you're funny with people hanging out and all different things like that. But when you got to transfer it to the stage, it's different, you know. So I had to figure out how to transfer it to the stage. So and that's the part of the bombing, the journey. You know, it's a course correction as you go, right? You know, so it's on the job learning, you know. But I believed that I was funny. I knew I was funny, but I just knew I didn't know how to do it like, you know, the way for the stage, right? So and I just kept working on it. I had comedy books. I looked at good comics. I wrote. I was always thinking about jokes. I was obsessed with it. But some people get into it for other reasons. I got into it because it's the selfish kid. You know, I love to make people laugh, which makes me feel good. Making them feel good makes me feel good. That's called a selfish kid. So, but other people get into it because they see the people gravitate to you after you perform. They see that it's easier to deal with women that way, so they do it for other stuff. They see that it's a group. You know, like comedy is like a fraternity and whatever. It's a group of people who accepts everybody. You know, it's just like, you know, you're a comic or word, come over here, we talking, whatever. So it's like, you know, a place to be is you know, where you can find some friends and stuff too. So everybody's not in it for the love of the game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me early on, I was very selfish with it because I was out for the attention. I mean, that's a bottom line. I was doing it for the attention. I saw the attention people got, and it was very self-serving. And then this time around, where, you know, I've been doing comedy now for 6 months, but this time I told you my attitude has changed. I'm thinking more about the comedy community versus the attention I get. Let me bring attention to the talent that's around here in my area, because we don't have a platform right now for urban comics. So what can I do? What can I do for the game? What can I contribute? So I found a nice little black bar out here in Hamden. Got, you know, a couple of owners, black owned. So I say, hey, this is the spot. Now I'm going to bring all these comedians and then create an urban room for them. So it now I've grown because I understand that the game is more than just me, and it's more than me being funny. Now I don't have that. Like, I think you've probably seen this too. Like, after a while, you don't have to prove you're funny. You're done with that. I mean, when did you get to that point where I don't have to prove that I'm funny? Like, you know.
I'm sorry for the misconception. You always got to prove you're funny. You
always got to prove you're.
Yeah, everybody, you know, like you always got. That's why you're there. You got to show them you're funny. There's, like, amongst my peers, right? We kind of know. We all kind of somewhat know who's who. If you're out here a bit. If you mean that, okay. But with the audience, you always got to prove you're funny. Okay. You always got to prove you're funny every time. You know what I'm saying? But after they know you funny, the expectations aren't so high all the time, you know?
I see what you're saying. So it once you won them over.
Yeah, once you establish, you know what I'm saying?
The rapport. Then you move on, and you move on to the jokes. You are naturally funny. I'll give you that. I mean, I've seen you tear up a crowd of 3 people. I've seen you tear up a room of 50 people. You really, you know, size doesn't matter for you. How do you become that consistent no matter who's listening?
I like what I do. You know what I'm saying? Remember what I was telling you, people be in for other reasons?
Yep.
I like what I do. So if I like what I do, I'm going to do what I like with these people. As simple as that. It's not like, people be like, you know, when you say little crowd background, and plus, I believe in gratitude. I'm grateful for, say if it's 5 people in the audience. I'm grateful for the 5 people because we have a show. I'm not upset at the other 100 that ain't there. I would like them to be there, but if they're not, what am I going to do? Be mad at the people who ain't there and give these people who are there less of a show? Come on, that's not, to me, that's not cool. It's not like appreciating the people who are there. So I got these 5 people. I'm going to rock with these 5 people. We're going to have a good time. And I think that's what that's just a little metaphor for life. Like, people so busy wanting so much from everyone and not appreciating the people. You can cut off the YouTube, man.
You're directing from Brooklyn. I'm directing from.
This is highly distracting. Why am I saying who's next on YouTube? Anyway, so as I said, the metaphor for life is one of the things is appreciate what you got and who's around you and you can enjoy your life that way. A lot of people are so busy looking for the next thing or other people or other, you know what I'm saying? Well, it'd be people who feel like nobody loves them, who kill themselves, or nobody that loves them do drugs, nobody loves them. And there's people who are around them that love them, but they want the rest of the people to love them, and they're ignoring these people. Mm-hmm. You know, you got what you need. You know, I believe in God. I'm not a religious person, but I believe in a higher power. And God gave you everything you need. But now if you don't appreciate it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're miserable. That's why you're, frustrated. That's why you're unhappy. Because you don't appreciate things. You know, if I got, like, people got a bunch of friends, but if I got 3 good friends or 2 good friends, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, but because most of the time, if you got 1,000 friends, all of them ain't really your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me. As I promote shows and stuff, I got my 4 or 5 friends that show up every week.
And that's how you see who's who. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You know how many people who are coming to my next show? I've been doing this 20-some years, and people are still coming to my next show. Who's the next show? I can't make it. When the next show? You know what I'm saying? After a while, the funny thing is, I don't stop talking to the people, but I stop talking about comedy or anything with them. Mm-hmm. Because it's just not cool to keep bringing up something to somebody that you're not doing. You know, it's like you're gaslighting them the whole, you know what I'm saying? But I know they don't mean bad, but I believe in integrity. And people don't have a level of integrity of, like, your word is your bond and saying what you mean and doing what you say. Like, I come from a cloth of, you don't say things you're not going to do. You don't promise people things that you know.
Oh, but this generation is so different. This generation is.
Well, I can't even say it's this generation.
You don't think it's a generational thing? You just think it's just there's a different, just different people are different. You have those that are 100, and then you got,
Yeah. But also, it's like people have no sense of, I guess, integrity.
Integrity.
They don't mind saying anything. They don't mind. People will tell you they love you in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 4 days. Like, they don't. It's just people say stuff. They say and don't mean it. So that's why I don't always talk a lot. I'm pretty much an introvert, but I love to perform and I love to entertain. But I don't talk a lot. But I listen and I watch, and I pay attention to people's behavior, and that's what tells me who's who. People say, that's why I'll hear what they say, but I don't listen. I don't believe it until you do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, trust me, I got it. I saw that when I was trying to book you for my show. I was like, yo, this guy is being very, very cautious. But I guess that's what the game has taught you, to protect yourself, to protect your own interests, to make sure that you see things work a certain way before you commit totally. And I kind of saw that in the way we were working, because even though I've known of you and you've probably known of me, but we don't really know each other. So we had to establish a rapport really quick for to get the ball rolling between us. And I kind of got that sense from you that you now you really are gauging people differently than you have in the past because of certain circumstances. Because
within those 20-some years, you go through a lot of janky promoters and unscrupulous comics too. Like, comics will have you somewhere and be like, sorry, the show can't. Oh, they just do stuff that is just, as I said, integrity. If I bring you to a show, you're gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be, you're good. That's not gonna be a problem, right? You know what I'm saying? And if I hire you, it's on me, right? So I don't be like, the promoter. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I called you. I called you. You know what I'm saying? So I hired you, even though it's through the promoter. I hired you. So now my name is on the line.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get
so
that.
A lot of people don't have that type of integrity.
And that's throughout the business. We're going to take a quick pause, Kareem. Right now, you're listening to Kareem Green out of Brooklyn. I woke him up this morning. He was so cranky, but he made it on to the Zooms. And
Why are you lying? He didn't wake me up. See that? See what I'm talking? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You just making shit up. You lying. I woke him up early.
I got no integrity, but you should know that by now. You're listening to La Voz Radio on 103.5. We're going to take a quick break. Will, what are we going to do? A video or some music? What are we going to do? I'm going to do some music. We're going to break it like that. We'll be right back at 103.5. Kareem Green, Jose, K-PASA.
Soy la directora de salud de New Haven, Marik Saban. Si usted o su familia tiene síntomas de COVID-19 o piensa que estuvo expuesto a alguien con COVID-19, haga una cuarentena, quédese en casa y, si es posible, hágase una prueba el día 5 de su aislamiento. Si tiene COVID, aíslese, lleve mascarilla, vacúnase. Póngase una dosis de refuerzo y hágase una prueba cuando es necesario. Estas son las mejores maneras de tener la propagación de COVID.
Ok, ya estamos en un breve corte. We're back here. We're on 103.5, New Haven, Connecticut, the independent radio. I'm still here with Mr. Kareem Green. Kareem, we covered 25 years experience, the highs and the lows. What's in store for you within the next days, or a couple weeks, months? What can we expect?
Thursday, you can expect me in New Haven. In New Haven doing your show.
That's Thursday.
But also, I got a TV show coming out.
What?
Well, it's second season. It's called Flatbush Misdemeanors. Okay. It's on Showtime, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. That's coming out June 17th. It'll be streaming. I think it's streaming June 16th, and it'll be out on Showtime, and I guess whatever. It's on
Flatbush
Showtime.
Misdemeanors on Showtime. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first season is out now that we did. It was great. So we just finished shooting the second. So that's what's popping right now. I got an album I'm working on, and those are the two things that are going to be accessible for the people right there. But you can find me on Instagram and other things.
All right. Kareem Green, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's how I found him.
Kareem Green 21. That's what it is. Kareem Green 21.
Kareem Green 21.
The number 21, yeah.
21, all right, because you ain't 21 years old no more. That was maybe when you first started. So you're going to be in Hamden, coming down here in New Haven, or Hamden area. We're in New Haven, but whatever. We can't even say we're in New Haven. We make comedy in Hamden, the town over, because it's safer.
Wait, hold on. You saying New Haven, but it's next door?
It's next door, really. But it's like the greater New Haven. You know how that it is. It's like the Bronx, but you're talking about Hunts Point. So Hamden is like a suburb here.
Sorry, it's a nice area.
Mm-hmm. He wants me to mention. Aguántalo. We're WNHH. I said that already. 103.5 FM, La Voz Hispana Radio. Yeah, Kareem knows it by now. He probably can say it back to us.
What? No, I didn't hear none of this stuff.
Oh, okay. So those are your next projects. Are you in Foxwoods? No, you're not Foxwoods, are you?
Oh yes, I'll be at Foxwoods the weekend. Matter of fact, I'm doing your show, and then the next Friday and Saturday I'll be at Foxwoods.
This Friday and Saturday, or next Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday.
This Friday and Saturday you'll be at Foxwoods too. So, yeah. but go to Hamden to see him, because that's where we're going to be.
Hamden. That's where we get in Hamden. We get loose.
Yeah.
Foxwoods is a bit more corporate. Yeah. More
corporate. You're gonna wear. So you're gonna wear shorts to my show and a suit to theirs.
Nah, I'm wearing my tank top to your show.
All right, ladies. Are you single still? Are you married? Got kids? What do you?
I wouldn't say I got kids. I ain't got that. Well,
got 18 of them.
But I don't date men, bro. So
no, I'm not saying it for myself. I'm saying for a friend of mine. Not for me. I'm okay.
when dudes ask me about myself, I'm like, bro, why you?
Yo, because I always got friends. So you go see in my comedy show, I got friends. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, some people in particular, they only come out for good-looking people. You know, I don't understand that. It could be female or male. They won't come out to see ugly comedians. So.
Oh, really? Oh, that is a level of ignorance. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You have disrespected your crowd.
Wait till you see my crowd.
Wild and ghetto.
Yeah.
Be good luck. You know.
Actually, my crowd is all Masons. They all letters. They all alphas, kappas. They HBCU. They're very good folks. They've been around a long time like you. They've seen the earthquakes. They've seen the Tommy Davidsons. You know, so this week I'm gonna bless them with a little bit of Kareem Green down in Hamden.
So it's an older crowd, mature crowd.
Mature crowd, yeah, because that's the only one that can afford to come out and eat these damn wings. You know.
Yo, I feel like they. But the way you described them, I thought it was younger.
No, these are veteran comedy goers that are just appreciative also that we got something going on and they want to come and support, but they also understand quality. So that's all.
Boom. Okay, so that they're a little more comedy savvy.
Very. I mean, all these folks can afford to go to the other establishments like Foxwoods and all that to go see you. But we want to bless them this week. Hamden and Lennon's. We're going to be hanging out on Thursday. I appreciate you, Kareem. I thank you for your time. I know you got other things to do.
Thank you, man. K-PASA!
K-PASA! You already know it's 103.5 K-PASA. I'm Jose Candelario. Norma Rodríguez, your normal host, will be back next week or the next show because we're going to be here all day recording. Kareem, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, once again, check out the TV show Flatbush Misdemeanor. That's it's streaming now. The first season is streaming now. So make sure you check that out. And find me, as I said, on Instagram and Facebook. My Facebook fan page, because some people be like, Facebook? You can tell a person age when they be like, Facebook. But yeah, Facebook, that's where the money at. People don't want to be where the money at. They don't want to be on where the shit, Instagram is cute, but Facebook where the money. So either way, Facebook, Kareem Green 21, and and you in my Instagram, Kareem Green 21. That's where you get, reach out to me or whatever.
All right, thank you very much for coming on with us. Will, thank you very much for directing, and Alvarado for having us. This is La Voz Hispana Radio. Que pasa, Jose Candelario. You guys have a blessed day.